And we're live. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones wherever you might be. I'm Emma, welcome back to Sunless Skies, part 9. Actually did remember the number when I put the tweet out. Professional. If you were here last time, you'll remember we need more scary stories to write our book, but despite all the objectively horrifying things that were happening to us, none of it counted. So we're going to be trying to find some tales of terror just generally bumbling along doing quests. Again, I'll just probably skip through a lot of the text because we'll have seen it before, but I'll pull out when things are new. Hope everyone's doing alright. Ready to get back on with the mangonel! In the Blue Kingdom you may encounter this, but more importantly you won't, because we're never going to get there, let's be real. So we're in New Winchester. What quests have we got going? Mr. Menagerie is doing something, the Target is building ships, we need to find more Tales of Terror. That's go to places in Albion, let's go to London, that's, I need tea and nectar for the devil. I can't remember if we dropped something off when we were waiting. No, I think we're still collecting things, but... The reserve, there's all the Carol and stuff. Need to go back to the circus, need to go back to the reserve. Go to endurance. Oh yes, we were doing some archaeology, weren't we? And I think that's where we were planning to go this time. Also to Port Avon. So M still isn't the map, never has been. So I'm thinking if we come out of here and down to the circus, switch out to the next quest there, up to Port Haven for the Skylarks quest, and then across to Tracewood. To do the next expedition, and probably watch all like a British die. And I expected to be pointing east, we were not. So yes, here we are back in the non-fungible, which is now slightly faster than it was, because I actually shelled out for the new engine. Only slightly faster, it's like 12% faster and with much worse fuel consumption, so arguably actually, by many metrics, worse, I guess, but handy if you want to run away from things. You do that a lot. Game, bear with me, stop stuff. We've been on stream for like 2 minutes, you can stop playing up already. There is a way through here, excellent. I was hoping there was, otherwise I was just going to cheerily steam into a wall. Tackety scouts that have for once elected not to randomly attack me for no reason and die. Oh, yeah, fast funnel. A homestead. What can we do here? Trade gossip for supplies? Yeah, that's a thing I can do. New customs spring up quickly in the high wilderness. One of the most widely observed insists that a good story must be repaid with gifts. That's a solid thing. Your host is desperate to hear news from New Winchester and London. The scandals, the fashions, the feuds. They listen intently, like an avaricious relative reading a will. When you leave, you discover a generous bundle left on the footplate of your engine. And I'll take it. I'll take a crate of supplies, and I'll eat it! Already with the memes, and not just the memes, the really old and no longer funny memes, let's be real. Who am I kidding? I think all memes from forever are funny. I have no sense of timing. Anyway, here's the circus. Do a porta pot. Go see the people. Reunite the acrobatic twins. Gain Sky Stories. Those are always handy. Hey, Ringmaster, give me another job. Let's do Flyers, because that's in New Winchester in the Reserve rather than Port Prosper, which is more where we're going to be heading today. Okay, it's not just London and New Winchester. That shows what I get for thinking that some things in this game would be the same. No, so Lustrum and Port Haven. Well, I need to go to Port Haven anyway, so that's actually alright. And we always seem to end up in Lustrum sooner or later. Let's drop some terror. Gotta love a sideshow. Okay, next up, Port Haven. I swear, the turning circle on this just seems to vary from moment to moment, which isn't super helpful for manoeuvring. I mean, it probably doesn't, it's probably just my brain searching for excuses that are better than I suck at driving a train, which we all know I don't. That guy sucks at driving a train. I've literally seen trains piloted by swarms of magic leeches that were piloted better than that, and that sound means not only did I start the stream late because I got distracted by something else, but I forgot to turn my notification sounds off. 1 second. Professionals! Why did I say that in the plural? Even if I'm mocking myself, I am but one person running the stream. My Facebook group chats do not need to be a part of this. Yes, Emily, don't worry, that is very much my Facebook Messenger. I have so many group chats that are always going off, and yet they always find the perfect time to do so during streams when I forgot to turn the sound off, which really I make sound like it's their fault. It's absolutely my fault. I mean, if there are ghosts in my house, then yeah, they should be helping, honestly. They're doing a bloody terrible job of it. Dear ghosts, help me stream train driving. You live in the UK, there's absolutely ghosts in your house. I mean, not. I mean, our house is only like 120 years old. That's not old in UK terms. Cheap fuel? Yeah, you do. I need that. Because I can buy more. Because Tracer will take a bunch of fuel and supplies, and I can replenish supplies there. Can't replenish fuel. Put up a flyer. The residents of Port Haven are very strict about what may be posted where. They're happy to direct you to the appropriate bulletin board. You post the flyer in the designated spot as the citizenry are walking. By tea time, you overhear snippets of conversation. Did she lift the printing press? I wouldn't wager that anyone could hold my prize-winning pumpkin. If it's written, it shall be. Yes, American houses are all babies. Because America is also a baby. Let's be real. Mangonel. Not firing at anything in particular, just wanted to show off the fact that I had a Mangonel still. Because really, has the stream even started without a Mangonel? Yeah, you get proper old things in York, proper old city. I mean, I'm in Milton Keynes, which, like, you may not know a lot about random towns that everyone seems to hate in the UK, but we are not old. Like, was literally made as part of the New Towns Act, and that is still legally a new town. This town's only like 60 years old, but the house I'm in is from one of the villages. Well, Mowbray, yeah. I mean, you are spelling it wrong, but who cares? Yeah, the town's only like, I think, 60 years old, but this is, I live in one of the villages that got kind of swallowed up by it, and it's now a suburb. Hence, the house being older than that. Don't know why today is apparently Share My Life Story Day, but that's what you're getting. Don't need any crew, but stay there, I might soon. Damn it, don't come back too soon to do another one of those inadvisable things. Make themselves a port report. Exploring the glade still doesn't do anything, that's just flavour. Should we go on an expedition? I think we should. Everyone into the hole. I don't. What hole? What hole, Emma? I'm worried now. Why is there a hole? An expedition to the Barrows of Silence. The scholars have provided the location. The wood whispered its name to you. Whoever lies in the Regent's grave may have been connected with this place. Yeah, sounds perfectly legit and in no way worried. Your crew are reluctant, but obey your commands. They haul on their packs, make ready for another incursion. The scholars watch you leave, their expressions solemn. It's not long before you're surrounded by trees, the canopy plunging you into gloom. Oh yeah, the last time we were here, we got our voice stolen by a three-headed fox, didn't we? And it was awesome. There's a storm, so 82%, or the riskier option actually has a better chance. All iron all the time. Do the thing. Ooh, this is less good. Again, all iron all the time. Let's fight these animals. Yeah, see? All iron all the time, all hubris, never plan. And we're here! Damn, I'm good at archaeology. The barrows smell of leaf mold. Decay. Some are so old they've sunken and are barely distinguishable from the rest of the grass-covered ground. Your crew shiver as you walk past the mounds into the blasted circle at their centre. A wind whips past you, blowing up dust. A bird overhead calls out. Its cry is cut short. A deep depression sits at the centre of the circle, surrounded by smouldering sigils of the correspondence. The sigils scored into the barrow's earth smoulder. The incandescent language is searing. A command burns your marrow. Here, you will be silent. Probably should have done that in a more dramatic voice, because translations of the correspondence are basically always in capital letters, because it is a language of proclamation. Gag my crew. There's 11 of us here, and like one person not being silent seems worse than 10. Faces with mouths stuffed with cloth look to you for instruction. Oh, I can gag myself as well. I mean, it's probably come back to bite me. But hey, you tear a strip of cloth from your sleeve and force it into your mouth until your jaw aches. Let's go further in. Whatever secretly buried here lie within the barrows themselves. Wind gusts across the graves, setting stones rolling from the barrows. Your crew huddle close as you advance into the centre of the circle. Below your feet, correspondence sigils flare like dying fireflies. Even now, the letters of heaven sear the air. The entrances to the barrows have been filled with piles of rock. They're stoppered with slate and shale. Beneath your feet, the correspondent is incandescent. We have raised you up, and so shall we cast you down. There you go, there's the draft voice. Okay, so what should we poke? Let's not click remove your gag. Let's absolutely not ever click that. Approach a hole in the middle before we go opening things. Our power shared, our gift given, our law defied. The hole is partially clogged with ash, but you can see a gleam at the bottom. Something gold glistens down there. The sigils around the lip of the hole burn comprehension into you. The privilege of stewardship abused. Fury and pain and betrayal rack your ligaments. Typos. Your hand shakes as you pluck the golden seal from its dim tube. I don't usually call out typos, but the poetter is so writing heavy. Yay, we got the seal. Oh, we didn't get the chance to open the barrows? Okay, I guess. Guess we're leaving. You have the last seal. Be away from this quiet place. Your crew are glad to be away and hurry after you away from the looming silence of the barrows. You have the third seal for the gate. The scholars in their camp will know what to do next. Huh. Okay, that actually went worryingly well. Hey scholars, I've got all these seals. The vituperative classicist arrives first. Well? The others hurry behind her, their expressions repetitions of her question. You explain all you can. A servant thrown down, the theologian concludes, for dreadful overreach. It is not my king in the barrow, then, the paleographer says mournfully. Only a retainer. We don't know that, the classicist replies. Though it's a reasonable supposition. She turns to you. Take me with you, let's open this wretched grave. The theologian immediately volunteers himself as an alternate. Be a shame some curious and demented scholar followed me home to ramble about their latest studies, am I right? I mean, speaking as a curious and demented scholar. Do we take the paleographer, the classicist, or the theologian? I think we've got to stick with the classicist, as an ex-vituperative classicist. Although, as an occasionally feckless theologian, I guess. She nods. I've packed already. I'll meet you by your engine. She walks away, ignoring the gazes of her colleagues. The paleographer sighs and returns to his tent. The theologian approaches you. Please, be careful. I wouldn't want anything to happen to her. Well, she paid us, we got XP, and now she's on our train and we have to actually go to the grave itself. Now the camp is deserted. Well, the remaining scholars packed up back to Somerset in London once you've made a decision. That sounds so strange to me because I'm used to Somerset spelled the other way, you know, the place, which is not in London. They hope to salvage their careers or at least be somewhere warm and inside. A wind shivers the grass, the shadows lengthen over the camp. Yeah, Somerset here, spelled like this, is one of the two main colleges of the University of Bolton, London. The other one being Benfic, and broadly Somerset is based on Oxford, Benfic on Cambridge. Oh, okay, we don't need to hire more crew on account of nobody died. Booyah. Let's pick up some more supplies and get moving. So we need to actually fly deeper into the wood and find the regent's grave. And there's a cantankerite. It'll probably pick a fight. Oh no, it's picking a fight. What do your allies see? And yes, I'm going to keep making that joke. Okay, just treasure that way. That's fine, I like treasure. Ah, you missed. And guess what? Mangonel! Ah, nailed it! Nailed that slightly less, but we only lost one hull point. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Sorry, I was just distracted, considering my possible lucrative new career as a professional mangonelier. That's the word now, and you can't tell me it isn't. Experience in Sky Stories. I'm looking for an archaeological site of great significance. You there, tree, have you seen it? Makes more sense than the mangonel manga. Well, yeah, because I'm not selling the mangonels, I'm using the mangonels. Honestly. Marled wood. Mangonel! Should have dodged that. Didn't dodge that either. But hey, it's all good. They're dead, why not? Consider a mangonel made with mangoes. No. You don't want a mangonel made with mangoes. They seem structurally unsound. You want a mangonel that fires mangoes. And I'm looking for £100,000 for a 3% equity share in my business. Exactly, Splat. How did you know that was the name of the company? Okay, the passage is not... I thought that would go up. No, clearly we went the wrong way to begin with and should have gone up and around. God damn it. Are we gonna have enough fuel now? I really don't want to have to go back, but should we be cautious and sensible? Does the circus sell fuel? I honestly can't remember. Oh, I even so though. Why don't I just detour back past there? Come on, think reply. At least I think they sell fuel for Avon. Suddenly I'm unsure. Well, guess we'll soon know. Was there a scribe spinster doing all the way over here? You're meant to be like there, like out by Lustrum, where things are snowy. Over here is fungus land. You don't want that. It's made of wood. Nah, I've got enough fuel. I can make this. Always forward, never plan. You know. In the name of exploration. That sounded like it would be the start to an actual shanty, but it's not. I can do many things, but improvising shanties on the fly while also playing a game is not one of them. Thankfully, there's surprisingly a little call for that in the world, I guess. The deep wood. I was expecting this to curve round east. Oh, there it is. Cantankerite following us. I have a feeling it might have been following us for a while. No! Ha ha! Once again, splat. Money is good. Partial success. That's less good. 2 terror, I can live with that. What does my scout say? There's a horror there. Is the horror the grave? There's a scribe spinster there that is very aggressively tracking towards me. Wow, it says it just aggroes now, but I think no. We've learned how to lead targets, have we? Clever girl. Wow, apparently today is 80s reference day. Mangonel! You dodged the mangonel, this is rude. I drove into a wall, that was foolish. that was also just bad. There. Eat mangonel! No, no, no. No, eat mangonel. No, eat mangonel. Do not defy mangonel. Ah. Remember how to drive train, me. Oh god. And there's bees? We may be in more trouble than I had previously thought. Let's just have some XP. Especially because we were not great on fuel to begin with. The real horror is the friends we made along the way. I mean, it is true. Twitch chat, you're the real horror. But on the upside, in fighting those bees, I seem to have evaded the Scribe Spinster. Oh no, and now there is Sky Madness and... but it's still just her doing comparative linguistics. It's like, alright. Cool. You do that linguistics. I too would like a new dictionary compiled in a revolutionary way. Oh hey, bees. Many bees. Many bees. So many bees. Arguably too many bees. Haha, I'm slightly faster now. This is the Regent's Tears. Can we investigate it? Yes, we can. It's said that the lakes at the top of Regent's Tears have curative properties. Put some of those bees back, I wish. This rumour goes largely unconfirmed. The ground by the lakes is too boggy to land a locomotive. Instead, you must land on a sharp, slippery ledge lower down the falls. The walk up will be punishing. A hooded woman, wait, I haven't... Why am I reading all the things? Let's actually... a 98% chance, I think I would take that. A hooded woman, half concealed in the spray, waits by the waterfall. You're here for the Regent's Lakes? She has a thick London accent, which that wasn't really, but hey, that was... No, that was not what that was. That's the accent she's got now! The woman leaps from ledge to foothold. She's sure-footed, apparently oblivious to the thundering roar of the waterfalls. It's treacherous work to keep up with her. When you finally reach the top, you help each other over the edge. Only now can you see that she's crying. She has wept endlessly for years. The tears run down grooves in her cheeks that have been worn there by the constant weeping. She gestures towards the water. Welcome. May the Regent's Lakes nourish you. The view from the top of the Tears is dizzying. The forest is so large, you are so high that all perspective is lost. Only your locomotive, small as a matchbox, breaks the illusion of a mossy meadow inches from your feet. You step back from the drop and turn to the lake. It's huge. You cannot make out any details of its far shore. Steam rises sluggishly from its surface. Water is warm. Well, great. Always good when our only option has a 40% chance. Let's immerse ourselves in the hot lake. And fail. The water is hot as a freshly drawn bath. You must ease yourself in slowly. You settle on a flat rock, rest your head against the bank while knots in your neck dissolve. The constant drum of the rushing waters drowns out even your thoughts. All you can do is paddle gently and look through the steam out of reach. Emerald green, cathedraled with branches soaring like buttresses. In this moment, there is only beauty. Savage. Exquisite. And you needn't worry about the descent, it'll be easier than the way up. Okay, so even the failure there was unequivocally a good thing. Ugh. And then drive into a wall like bees. Oh my god, bees! I'm just trying to find Regent's grave, so I... Let's not say plunder it, but mildly plunder it. But plunder for science and academia. And also, if something could give me some fuel, that would be great. I mean, this free bronzewood is all well and good, but... And didn't spawn any monsters, unlike so many free resources I picked up. Here's the candle wind. Oh wait, if this puts out by Titania, then that won't be too bad. And it would explain all the bees, I suppose. More bronzewood. Because I think they sell fuel there? Maybe? Oh no, 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 no. No. Marauder fights bees. Everything is bad. Don't try and mangonel me. I'm the mangonellier here. Had a moment and then remembered it rhymes with sommelier. And even if Titania doesn't sell fuel, we're actually within spitting distance of New Winchester. There you go. What we've done is important exploration work. Stop making those noises. It's gross. And I disapprove deeply. And here we are at Titania. Flower of the Reach, quite literally. And mangonel. How did you dodge the mangonel, bees? I say that like bees should be easy to hit with siege equipment, but hey. When you're a professional like me. Okay, before I do anything else, do you sell fuel? Yes, you do! Lovely. I mean, I might still maybe spend plus Winchester for repairs, so what am I on? 50 out of 80. Let's go to an art exhibition. Blues Terror. Red report. There are bees. And I still haven't been to Albion or Eleutheria, so can't do that yet. And this is just for selling things. But that's fine. We move. Do I want to go back? It concerns me that there's that horror there. Maybe there's a way in there or there, I guess. And maybe that's where I need to go. Maybe the horror is the Regent's grave. I mean, it's an unidentified magic grave covered in the correspondence, so I can see how that would be horrifying. Hello, Marauder, get mangonelled. No, that's not how you mangonel. This is how you mangonel. Unusual items. Oh wait, that's always just gossip, isn't it? Oh well, gossip trades for good things. Sure, you've lost friends to the marauders who hide in these woods, but these marauders who hide in these woods have lost friends to me and my mangonel. Everybody's got something to hide except me and my mangonel. Wait. Ooh, there is a way under here. I mean, this appears to be a marauder base, which is great. Like, there are things I would like to see more, but there are also things I would like to see less, I guess, so. Get some repairs, excellent. Try not to drift into that wall. Brief detour over here to grab some crates. More supplies. This is good. Yeah, there's a passage into the depths and trace wood. We'll probably meet something awful and be murdered. Just That's where my $5 is going right now. You're not that awful, and you're the one who will be murdered. Mangonel murdered. Mangonerded, if you will. But also possibly not. Oh no, my engine is overheated. But you did not capitalize because you are star mad. Okay, that was boss. Just gonna say it now. That was great. Just as it comes into charge, just blow it apart. Drive merrily through the explosion. Because that's how physics works. And I found some faintly glowing corpses of things. Alright. Seems legit. And deep into the wood we go. Gideon's bronze, whatever that is. Wow, there's more here than I might have thought. That's something I would need assaying for. One day I'll get that. Oh, and there was an entrance that way as well. Okay, so yeah, there is definitely a lot more complexity here than I thought. Note to self, if you can only see the vague outline of something, don't assume it's a solid mass inside. This is how you cartography. Has anyone seen a grave? You're near the heart of the wood. That actually sounds excellent, like exactly where the Regent's grave! Regent's grave! Here at the heart of the forest, a great barrow built from ancient stone stands. Gates of star-forged bronze block the entrance. Cool, so we can open it, seal it shut forever and destroy the seals, or just leave and never return. I mean, we've done all this academic work. What could possibly go wrong? There may have been... I don't know, they might not be the Queen of Heaven, but they could be an ancient mangonel mechanic that could give us a better mangonel. All of these are possibilities. You have the 3 seals and a translator. You will discover what was entombed here. Before fitting the seals into the gate, the scholar examines the correspondence markings on them. Something about to be used for visitation and a reminder to not visit unless in direst need, your scholar translates, plainly baffled. Yes, the terror is flashing because this is a horror, which means our terror will be constantly going up while we're near it, but that gets paused while we're in a text thing, so that's fine, actually. And also, this is suddenly feeling very, this is not a place of honor, no esteemed dead are buried here, which now I'm worried. We didn't find a new mangonel, but we did all get radiation poisoning. Each seal fits a particular depression in the gate. In goes silver, then bronze, then gold. As you place the final seal into the metal, the gate swings inward of its own accord. A long stair, vastly wide, descends downward into the gloom. Below, a wind howls with all the ferocity of a starving wolf. Burn away the wax that seals the traitor's mouth. Well, that's an ominous instruction. Thanks for putting that in there, game. At the foot of the stair is a burial chamber fathoms high. Hanging from the roof is a skeleton. The bones are the size of locomotives, the skull palatial. Red correspondence sigils are branded on the bones. The trisected skull's mouth is sealed shut with porous wax. I like that every step here, it's just like, are you sure you don't want to just leave? This is a terrible idea. Are you sure you want to do it? And the answer, of course, is yes. Always forward. Hubris, hubris, hubris. Because, you know, even if you can't be Indiana Jones, sometimes you can be the person who dies to trigger an Indiana Jones film. That's my philosophy in life. Unstopper its mouth. The sigils on its jawbone mean to have gone further than one should, the scholar whispers. Even when you're whispering correspondence, it's dramatic. Well, I have often gone further than I should. not to be forgotten. Standing well back, you order your crew to light a fire below the skull's mouth. Soon, the wax is congealing and dripping in long, slow splashes onto the tomb floor. The heat in the chamber rises. Dashes of wax begin to fall in heavy drops from the mouth of the skull. The wind rises to a frenzy. The last of the wax melts. The skull's jaw hangs open and corresponding sigils begin to appear on the walls of the tomb. The cavern lights in fierce incandescence as the tamer, I'm guessing that is the skeleton, spits furious correspondence. Your scholar struggles to keep up as they translate the sigils on the spot. The scholar translates. The servant was given a task. They mean to complete it, but they have no body. They mean to chain the wood. No, tame it. They overstepped when they gave voice to the voiceless. They want to undo their error. The scholar falls silent. Sorry? What? Their eyes widen. They want one of us to help them for a year and a day. Okay. Why are those? Oh, my window's not in order for some reason. You know the sun here is dead, and you don't have to do things. Tracerwood no longer has a master. The scholar struggles to convey your statement, but the tamer appears to understand. Correspondence flashes like lightning. I know this. A duty magnified, rights due to the dead, the scholar pauses. The chain of being, the obligations thereof. I don't know this last one. I think it might just be grief. So you're going to do... So, yes, there's no star anymore, but you're going to do the job anyway. What would your task entail? What does the deceased servant to a deceased star want? Correspondence flashes in the dark like bonfires on Guy Fawkes night. The scholar frowns. The vanquishing of all errors, the making right of the wood. Something about work, bloody, burning, taming work. The silencing of the voices and stilling of tongues. The scholar shrugs. They seem to think it's self-explanatory. Why not leave things as they are? The tamer has its freedom, though not its life. Join the winds that howl in the heavens and leave the woods full of voices, wild and at liberty. The scholar backs away as incandescent sigils go up like fireworks. It doesn't like that. A failure will not be commemorated, a debt will be repaid. That's repeated several times. A transgression that must be unmade. The regret of having burned too brightly to return humbly to one's place. Again, this is just such a thing in the kind of greater scope philosophy of this setting is judgments are very big on this is the way things will happen because this is the way things work, and it's just the kind of metaphysical concepts of it. So, we can accept and let it use our body for a year and a day. The scholar could do it. We could leave. And I'm very torn. Because I don't know. My immediate... I'm a sucker for kind of transcendence and direct communion with the numinous stories. So, no, it's kind of... My brain in a heartbeat would click accept and just like... Yeah. Fuck me up. But on the other hand, I'm worried that might just be like, yeah, cool, you did a cool thing, but your captain is dead. But I want to see what will happen. Hubris? Hubris. The vituperative classicist considers you. You've impressed me, Captain. Good luck. She heads back towards the entrance. The wind whirls around you, gathering in strength. You open your mouth to speak, and a gust blows in, filling your lungs more than possible. Your chest strains, your teeth rattle, and your skull aches as though set upon with hammers. And then, it all calms. Just a whisper remains deep in your skull. It tells you where to go, and how to begin. Well, and leave. You leave the long dark of the barrow behind you. And there's a scribe spinster! They get everywhere! Okay, so go back to Traitor's Wood to do the thing. We can do that. Might even stop at Port Avon on the way to just lay in some supplies before I disappear for a year. I'm just genuinely intrigued to see what will happen here. And kind of post-humanity stories in general, I'm a big sucker for. As you will probably know if you ever talked to me. It's like you have a 2-minute conversation with me, and like it will somehow turn into either philosophy of language, the concept of liminality, or post-humanity. Because I am, as ever, trans and nerd. All in all, I think that actually went remarkably well. I mean, yes, we are now inhabited by an eons-old spirit with an ineffable task. But on the other hand, is that such a bad thing? I was playing Fallen London, and I think it was last month, they had an exceptional story, which are the ones you get for subscribing, where you... all about the red science, which is the science that seeks to pervert the laws of the Great Chain of... pervert the laws of the judgments and break the Great Chain of Being. And it's about the scientists studying undersea leviathans, and it's revealed that he's doing it to kind of develop the science to turn people into them. And then there's a bit where you have to go diving to investigate something, and there's only 2 diving suits, and it's like, one of you will have to undergo the procedure, but which of you will it be? And I'm just windmill slam me. Oh, I thought that was background. Genuinely thought that was background. Actually felt that impact. Hi, Port Avon. You'll never guess what happened to me. No, like, literally, you will never guess. Ah, cheap repairs. Although... now, do they sell fuel? Yes. And it sounds good to me. Ah, look at that. Full health. For 25 sovereigns, 22 hull. That's excellent. They're selling cheap souls. Fill our hold with fuel and supplies, and we're on the way. Let's have some free bronzewood nectar, because you never know when you'll need it. But most importantly, I'm going back to Traitor's Wood because I have a job to do. I'm quite excited. I don't think I've ever seen this storyline before. I mean, I certainly haven't on stream, but I don't think I've ever seen it in general. And I will point out that we still didn't get any bloody tales of terror out of that. How terrifying do things have to be before you can tell stories about them? There's so many Cantankerei around today. Just very active wildlife in the Reach. Scribe spinsters everywhere, Cantankerei everywhere. This mangonel in your face! I forgot which side of my ship the mangonel was on! Salvaged it! Lose terror, that sounds like an excellent plan right now. Mangonel sounds like an excellent plan. Dead. Oh god, it's so satisfying killing them in one. Gain sovereigns. Partial success. 2 terror. Whatever. But most importantly, here is the camp where I have to go. There's a ministry ship. Does it want to randomly murder me like it did that last time? Slightly crashed, nobody noticed. Parting glade. Begin your service of a year and a day. The tamer whispers in your skull of where you must go. This will conclude the story of Traitor's Wood, and advance the date by exactly a year and a day. I mean, finish a questline, that sounds like an excellent plan. The tamer, whispering in the dark places behind your eyes, guides you through the vast acres of Traitor's Wood. She bids you put down the gun and take up the hoe, the axe, the scythe. Glades are pruned of whispering wildflowers, pleading trees carved down, babbling streams brooked and broken. Some groves are watered, others blooded. Not all voices are quieted, the wood is vast, but the wood is more silent from your passage. And then, at last, your time is done. Quiet as the last breath of the tamer slips from you, your mind is silent again. You go to the station and wait for the officers appointed with minding your engine to return with what of your crew stayed. Not all is as you remembered, things have changed in your absence. Well, that's vague and menacing. Traitor's Wood has been tamed. It is very much not the day that it was. It's now 1907. Gained a ton of experience. Got a searing enigma. Excellent. Lost 50 strength of the sun. While you were away, the British Empire, dead. Tacitus' fortunes is down to 75, and we lost 4 crew. But we got a searing enigma, which those are super valuable. Nobody's come back to the camp. You know what, I'm not going to bother any of those, because last time I tried, 3 of my crew were eaten by the grass. Not all of my crew came back. Would any of you all like to join? Yes, yes you would. We can still do expeditions, but I'm not gonna. Cool, that's Traitor's Wood. Fini? So what now is the real question. We need to go to Lustrum to put up those flyers. So maybe head in that direction. Might stop in Winchester, just be like, hey, haven't been here for a while. Miss me? I mean, I'll take the well done, but was it a terrible idea? Who can say? Who can say? Maybe, probably. I let a spirit out of a giant skeleton full of wax, and then inhaled it, and then worked as a gardener for a year. You know, classic gap year stuff, I guess. Bold choices and I'm not dead. Okay, yeah, that's... I guess if that's not a criterion for well done, I don't know what is. here is Port Haven, where I will remember what is background and what is foreground this time. Oh, there's a homestead there. I was wondering what was marked as something to crave. Trade gossip for supplies? Yeah, you do. I do quite like that they simulate all the political state of things shifting in your absence, because it would be so easy and so honestly video gamey to just be like, yes, you were away for a year, and now a year later everything is basically the same for reasons. But they didn't, and I appreciate that. Investors hurry. I don't know why I keep checking the map. I know the layout of this place. It was literally the first place we were in the game. And there's really only one way to go. Marky Mark raiding with 15 people. Thank you very much. Hello. Welcome to Sunless Skies. Just missed us inhaling spirit and working as a gardener for a year. You know, as one does. Now we just roll back into Winchester like, hey, I've been gone a while. So how's things? The Ride of the Liberty is what? Oh, the taxis did their thing while I was unconscious for a year. The taxi pubs buzzed with excitement. The development of a new Liberator class of locomotives complete. Yes, remember that thing I could have donated to and I elected not to because I was like, well, they'll sort it out themselves given time. And then I gave them time. The new engines have already been sighted in the skies, often in the company of the smaller taxi scouts which use them for refuel and resupply. What do people say? You gather they're sluggish and heavy, much more resilient than their smaller cousins, the scouts. A blistered engineer claims to have seen one in action engaging marauders in the paths of Traitor's Wood. Don't get around the side of them, is all he'll say. Unless you're being boiled like a sardine in a can. Okay, yep, that's... Also, the taxis like me, except for when they randomly attack me, so hopefully we won't get in a fight to begin with. Anything new at the club? Anything happen in the year? No? No. Still don't have enough tales of terror somehow. All this objectively horrible stuff is happening and they're just like, no. You've got nothing to write about. Nothing scary here. Okay. The circus want hours. Yeah, I get hours all the time. Oh, and my prospects are full. Oh yeah, they wanted nectar at Carol, and I forgot about that. Might swing past Carol and after Lustrum. I didn't check all the shops. Michael Guy, did you hear that? Makes a lot of sense. But yes, things are going well. We're not dead yet. We actually finished a quest line. That's exciting. It's, you know, it's the amount of exciting I'm prepared to tolerate in this. Chatting with Michael about my upcoming appearance on Capital Ludological Delights. Yes, indeed. I will be plugging that at the end of the stream, but for those of you watching who don't know, twitch.tv/idlemichael this Saturday, 7 PM British time. I will be one of the contestants, and not going to say smoking all these fools, but doing my best to smoke all these fools. Should be a lot of fun. Because, as you will know if you talk to me for 20 seconds, I do a lot of quiz. It's what I do. Hype indeed. God, can you imagine how much longer this would be taking if I hadn't improved my engine by a whole 15%? Somebody said I was the ringer. I mean, I'm gonna leave that on not, I guess. Like, I've been on a lot of game shows and I do a lot of quiz, so I'll say my odds are good, but on the other hand, none of this quiz that I do was written by Michael, so who the hell knows what to expect? Yeah, let's go to Lustrum first while I remember. And then swing back past Carolyn on the way back. Please, a curveball or two is perhaps understatement. I think Michael is liable to throw nothing but curveballs. All curving in different... No. That's the other thing newcomers to my stream will not have seen is fungal meteoroids chasing me all over the place. They're gross and I hate them. Please be away. Away and stop making those noises. Nope. No. Don't like that. I am still going the right direction, right? I kind of got thrown off my balance by that. Yeah, feel free to lurk, is all good. I'm hardly one to criticise lurking given how much of it I do. Okay, thanks for driving straight into me, wow. Dick move much? Well, now you're gonna get mangonel, see how you like it. No, get mangonel, there we go. Oh no, I misjudged that, I have overheated. And now I am being exploded. And now I'm presenting them with a broadside again, and that is a bad plan. Come on, basic train combat. Mangonel! I don't have anything really requiring me to kill this Drive Spencer, but it's annoyed me, basically. It has angered me, and thus deserves to die explosively in space. Free Bronzewood or experience. You know, I've already got some Bronzewood, and I'm close to a level. Recover sheaves of parchment. The spinsters sew them into their coats and wigs. Yellowed with age, blotched with mildew, spidered with writing. Who knows what secrets they may hold. Your crew lean from the outer hatches with boat hooks and nets, swiping at the fluttering pages like a class of frenzied lepidopterists. Soon you've accumulated a small pile of parchment dense with pictographic script. You carry it to your cabin. What secrets might it hold? I like how I gain the experience for that, because it just kind of assumes that I will be able to translate said pictographic scripts. I'm a captain of many talents. Who knows, maybe I've got some residual esoteric language knowledge left over from that time I inhaled a gardener. That's the phrasing I'm sticking with, I guess. That's a bull cantankerite. I kind of want to fight it to see if I can. But at the same time, I don't really want to fight it while my terror is constantly going up the shepherd tones. Because my ears. Yes, my fragile flesh that the cantankerite will murder, but also my ears. And we're back at Lustrum. Driving to the dock. They want munitions. Ha! They're providing cheap nectar, hello! And Carolyn, which is next door, is buying expensive nectar. So this seems like a textbook trading opportunity. I don't need to recruit crew. Join the celebration at the pub. Lose terror. Explore Lustrum, do a port report. Put up a flyer. You post flyers around the drinking establishments and around the miners' camps. By night, miners are discussing whether she could hold a year in her arms. Probably, she is arbitrarily strong. Explore Lustrum. Might be depressing. Oh, it's this one, yeah. Give some supplies away, get 10 sovereigns, but mostly just be nice. And actually, more importantly, means we have more space for cheap nectar. What do they buy here? Just fuel and supplies. In that case, I might just make a couple of trips between here and Carol. Won't be necessarily the most thrilling viewing, but on the other hand, I will make a whole bunch of money. So that's really criterion 1, I guess. And also, I will avoid this Scribe Spencer and not get murdered. And not get murdered. You are interfering with this not getting murdered plan, Scribe Spencer. You are misbehaving. I'm just trying to go and do a commerce. Quite literally, let me live. And here we have a taxi scout who probably won't know how to drive and get immediately in my way like they usually do. Here's the candle wind, but it's blowing in a way I want it to, so I will take it. Speed! This isn't... I did that thing where I want to go to Carol and I turned too early. Well, guess I'm going all the way around now, because the other option is driving back against the candle wind, which seems foolish, and... well, not really and anything, just foolish. Probably a massive waste of fuel. I will stretch and hydrate once I've made it around here, because I have a feeling we're about to run into some horrible fungal things. Raid happened while you were in a meeting. Yes, it did. Very exciting. Also, while you were in a meeting, did you miss me finishing a quest line and inhaling the gardener? Because that happened. Yes, we finished the Traitor's Wood thing. I found the Regent's Grave, which contained a giant skeleton with its mouth full of wax. And we melted the wax and let out the spirit that worked for the sun in the Reach before the sun died. And was meant to be taking care of the wood and did its job wrong and gave the wood too much power and too many voices. So it was like, I can reward you with knowledge, but I have a task and somebody needs to be my body for a year and a day. And so I just was like, yeah, hit me. And inhaled the spirit and then went and worked as a gardener in the wood for a year. Which is why the date now says 17th of July 1907. All day, a series of insistent winds have been tugging at your engine, trying to push you off course and into a less travelled nook of the sky. The crew blame the shepherd of the winds. To force your way free of the wind's grip, this will cost fuel, which we have very little of. I'm barely using this body anyway. Yes, exactly. Let the winds take you. Who knows what you might find in a quiet corner of the heavens. You will gain terror, but may make a discovery. I mean, has there ever been a more me choice? Always forward, never plan. Success. You were born to a recent wreck, silent in a frosty hollow of the sky. It wears a jacket of untouched frost. The winds die. These, then, are heaven's treasures. A cold canister of steel and bronze wood, a handful of corpses, and the cargo and possessions they brought to their grave. So we've avoided pissing off one of the gods of the sky, so that's exciting. And got a vision of the heavens. Oh, and also this triggers the wreck dialogue. Let's just strip it for repairs. We can use that. And given my record with investigating shipwrecks, train wrecks, I guess, we would have just watched half our crew die, because that's usually what I do. And here we are, Carolyn, where they have relaxing piano music and non-relaxing everything else. Lucid Terror, don't miss off the burrow below. Anything particular to do here? Write a port report. Oh, we never finished the Spirifer thing here. Blackmailing the Spirifer. Blackmailing and keep his secret, blackmailing, betray him, or bring him on board and join our crew. Well, we don't have any crew space. Blackmail and betray, blackmail and betray. This is also not a place of honor. We got a Crimson Promise and 1,000 XP. These are good things to have. And now, hey, Presiding Devilus, you're in charge. Have this Spirifer. You know what? I'm a demand a reward. Because I am shamelessly mercenary right now, and, you know, I'm taking all kinds of jobs for people, but I better be paid. She puts a stack of permits on the desk. These came from a pinstripe man now serving penance for the Gaslight Terrace. Is that it? I understand you didn't approach me first. I feel you've already received your due. Okay, so blackmail and betray has its own downsides, I guess, but we have permits. We can use those to travel cheaply. There's a bunch of stuff in Albion that'll want them. That is all good. Go back to the center of Carolyn. Observe the casting out of the Spirifer. Gain 10 savage secrets. 10! It's a lot. I don't know if we want to be going to any of them at the minute. But you want nectar. 1,200 sovereigns, don't mind if I do. Oh, so it's not a bad thing we could take all of them, because they only wanted 5, so we had precisely the right amount. And now they're selling cheap nectar. Economics! Oh, they don't sell fuel here. That's honestly concerning. Plus, I was looking at the wrong number and just bought too many supplies. Ah, well. It's going well. It's going well. It's going so well. Why don't I just check our journal and see what people want? I mean, our terror's already medium. 1 deprivation and 1 ordeal. I bet I can get that. We need to purify again in Belgard. Well, this would be a good first test. Can we do it? I'll give it one more try. Can we do it? Yes. See? Always give it the second try. Belgard. We should have got the ordeal first. Because we need to purify again before we can come back to give it her. Didn't think this through. Just... Game, I just want penance. There we go. Penance of deprivation. I mean, we could just get 5 penances of deprivation, but at a 37% chance at it, that seems like a terrible idea. To the Stunted Grove, get some ordeal. Iron is like my best stat. Why am I failing at this game? Game! Okay, 1 more. Okay, guess we're not doing this now. Okay. Next up, I think. Actually, next is. Yeah. All ahead to. Oh, they almost definitely sell fuel at Port Prosper, and that is closer than Winchester, so I guess we're going there next. Because that, too, is not a number as large as I would like it to be. Is a super roundabout way of saying it, I suppose. Steaming through the reach. Everything is cold, but at least there aren't any big rocks covered in fungus trying to eat me and make gross sounds. You know, you've got to take the little victories. Not currently being pursued by a fungal meteoroid. Tick. Sorted. This is how we judge a good day here in the High Wilderness. That's going to need assaying, isn't it? Yep. Never mind. One day. Yeah, thanks for all that failure at caroling. Our terror is higher than I would like it to be. I suppose that matches up you all being lower than I'd like it to be. Cool, not getting involved in your fight. Oh, there's a thing in the mist. Great. A sudden jolt. I think we hit something, Captain. Your driver observes. The mists are thick. You can turn back, search for it. Okay, this is just our high terror thing. And I'd kind of like to engage with the other choices, but given how much always forward never plan has become my brand on here, and you give me an only forward button I push. Better not to know. Whatever treasure, horror, or debris wanders into your path, you'll leave it to the mists. One terror, yep, always forward, never plan. Make it to the Mornington Habitats ban. Would have been better if the Mornington Habitats ban had come up on screen as I said that, but hey, I saw an opportunity to rhyme. Report. Take tea. Engage in gossip. You join a circle of very energetic critics who always take the table by the east window. You dispense acidic bon mot as you pass the cream to your left, and compliments if you don't listen too closely with the jam to your right. You comment merrily on the flaws and foibles of a number of people you've met, and a great many more you haven't. It is a wonderful way to spend an afternoon. You'd think I might lose Tara for that, apparently not. Ooh, they're selling cheap literature. That's actually quite exciting. But I am... sell a couple of crates of those because I need the space. Because I've got hours for the circus, and it would be literature also for the circus. I'll need to sell something else, another crate of supplies, so that I can get enough hours to fill this order. Yep, that's fine, and then I can go to the circus and hand them off, and get a new quest. Hopefully it'll send me back here. All good. Always forward. To the circus! Not facing the way I expected we would be for some reason. I always... Nobody saw that and it never happened. Cool? Cool. I always assume I assume I won't be facing the same direction when I come out of the port as when I went in, despite the fact that that's how it always happens. They don't just rotate your train in place, assuming that you want to go back the other way. Now, I've come this way, and I'll be real, not entirely sure why. It was just, there was a passage, and I didn't know what was at the end of it, so I was like, exploration? Exploration? Mostly just wind. And some leeches I could scoop up if I had appropriate facilities for leech scooping, but I don't. And is this just a dead end? This is just a dead end. I'm not pleased, and it's a dead end full of skyscrapers. Right. Why do we even have this? Well, I found Mad Mercy's claim, so there's that, I guess. But seriously, whoever wrote this episode should die. You really thought there would have been a way through it? It does not seem like there is. This is the real moral of most exploration stories, is sometimes you go looking for passages between two places and find that they simply do not exist. That is just the way it be sometimes. Now our terror is even higher, great. Is this Ministry Monitor going to randomly assassinate us again? Stay tuned. But I mean, it seems to not be aggroing, so let's say it's not. And I'm good with that. Gossip for supplies. Gadget has supplies if you have gossip. See? All old memes that aren't really funny anymore. But I will deploy them. Because that's just how my brain thinks now. Pictured the internet. May as well stop in Maudlin. It's on the way. Grab the port report. Oh yeah, I meant to hand those in when I was on Winchester. I'm still getting used to the fact that you hand port reports into a different place from the actual main hub station, because I'm used to Sunless, where it's all in one place. You go back to London and everything is there, and you hand in your port reports and you do your stories and everything. But no. Now it turns out places can have multiple train stations. Shocker. I know. God, we are so close to this level! Somebody just give me XP! How many XP do I need? 260. What the? What? You wake with the stars. It's dark, cold as graveyards. Someone's in your cabin. They're sitting, silent at the end of your bed. For years you've been haunted by a ghostly presence. Now it's paying you a visit. Invoke the storm that speaks? Well, we've run into the storm that speaks. That was with our last captain, but it still happened. The storm, it is said, can banish the ghosts of your past for a price. You know what? Why not? What could go wrong? Let's bargain with the gods. The invocation is simple, but unpleasant. You make a stew from the giblets of dead sky things and speak of grace consistent with your oldest unsettled regret. Then you light a candle stub and feast before it burns down. Your stomach rebels. It's a struggle to keep the pungent offal down. When you return to your bed, you are alone and untroubled. When you sleep, you dream of words written in lightning on a stolen throne. Hey, we lost Terra. I mean, that, again, feels like a place where we could have gained Tales of Terror, but no. Nothing will ever be terrifying enough for our captain. Captain Unflappable Flanagan, as they call them. That was just straight up crash. But hey, nobody noticed. Treat my Terror sounds excellent. I have so many savage secrets. So many. treatment from a very boring individual indeed. You remember the gentleman from when you passed him in New Winchester? He had accosted you with the newspaper and an invitation to assist him with the crossword. He had many regrettable political opinions. He's here now, and oh look, he's brought the crossword, dated from that very day. He smiles eagerly as he hands you a sharpened pencil. Yeah, I've known him. Well, let's do that again. Just get that terror down. Excellent. Anything new at the keepsake market? Produce a significant amount of terror. Always forget you can do that there. Sweet. Anything new happening in Waterlands? Get a port report. Anything new with the host? No. They're also selling cheap literature. Wow. Well, how am I for fuel and supplies? I've got enough to make it to the circus, so let's pick up a couple of things of ministry approved literature as well, because they also want those at the circus to go and become wealthy. And then the break will happen. I will take it after I have gone and become wealthy. God, can you stop saying stretch and hydrate just as I leave port? Do it while I'm in port, sure, but your timing is impeccable. No, that's a wall. See, this is what happens when I try and drink. Well, they say don't drink and drive, and it turns out it's true. Yes, there's a pause button, I know, but it's the principle of the thing. Always forward, never pause. No port, only hydrate. You're telling me I shouldn't be responding to your hydrate prompts by drinking port. Instructions unclear. I did not have space for those. Why did I mine? I can afford to drop a thing of supplies. See, always hydrate, never pause sounds like, honestly, a very bad plan. Oh hey, marauders. Luckily, they're stuck behind a rock. Idiots. I mean, if you drink enough port, it'll hydrate you. Some. And I mean, I went to Oxford. I know a little something about drinking a large amount of port. No, you do not need to include an IV in my stream setup. You will note that nowhere do I have an Amazon wishlist where I'm like, hey, somebody get me a home IV kit. No. Not happening. Terrible plan. And we go. Back at the circus, new arrivals. Now listen to their stories, lose some terror. Free tickets. Love that. Go behind the tents. Talk to the strong woman. Level up. Get some gossip. Go back to the ringmaster. Get costumes for clown. You may collect them from Port Prosper. Yes, see? That's the system. She works. Now let's attend a performance, get some stories. No Tales of Terror though, that's for damn sure. Have these books. Have these barrels of ours. And they're selling cheap munitions? Okay, why is the circus selling munitions? But more importantly, yes please, because they want those in Lustrum. 40 sovereigns a crate is amazing. Oh, they don't sell fuel here. Okay, so this is terrible news. So we need fuel. They sell it in Port Avon. We'll have to just detour. Or we could take the long way round, go New Winchester, Lustrum to sell those munitions. Then back through, then down to Prosper, Woodlands, back to the Circus, just do a big loop. I think that might be the way to do it, actually. But we've got a level. We can take a new facet. But what will it be? We haven't unlocked any new ones, because we've not been, like, out progressing the story, but then that's because they haven't been letting us. Because I haven't been getting any Tales of Terror. So we want hearts, sub, veils, or mirrors. So we've got Family Footsteps, we've got Scandal, Scandala. Do any of these give us anything else? No. Scandala. You were the gossip of London salons, the target of blistering editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. What was the incident that exposed you to the buffeting winds of public opinion? A torrid affair or a parade of debauchery? I think you know where we're going. Absinthe, wantonness, more absinthe, brawling, gambling, blasphemy, and slander. Absinthe, prisoner's honey alone, prisoner's honey in company. Is there a vice you haven't explored? It's possible, there are only so many hours in the day. We're fun to be around. Okay, and now I am utilising the pause button, because it is time for me to take a break. I need to stand up and stretch my legs and imbibe fluids and make a cup of tea and all of that good stuff. And I would recommend that all of you at home do the same. And if you're not at home, where are you watching my Twitch stream? But thanks for making the effort to tune in, I guess. So yes, I will be back in about 10 minutes. Love you all. See you in a few. And I'm back. Hello, everyone. Okay, we had an idea of where we were heading. I'm not going to call it a plan, because that's not what we do here, but a direction. Like I say, we were going through a big anti-clockwise loop, hit New Winchester, Lustrum, Prosper, Woodlands, and back to the Circus. Should be good, should be good. Hope everyone had a good break. Or, you know, did nothing special on account of nothing special was happening. It was just a Twitch streamer not doing something for 10 minutes. But I myself stood and walked and made tea, and why am I taking the long way around here? We're low on fuel. I think I was just scared of that taxi ship because I was like, is it going to suddenly be full of guests? Or try and ram me, as they so often do because they can't drive worth a damn. Very abrupt switch in the ambiance there. Come on, sound mixing. What the hell is... Oh, is that one of the new taxi liberators? Tacties, I love you deeply, but that is a gross ship design and you should do better. And New Winchester. Still can't do our ambition, still don't have enough Tales of Terror somehow. There's a sound of commotion. Oh, it's unlocked now in level 10. I mean, I think this is further than I've ever got in this game, so New content. The mid-morning calm is shattered by furious yelling in the distance. The psalmists are causing trouble again! Shouts a passing urchin joyously. Chaplet Street is leaned. Words. Why did we have to invent language? Chaplet Street is lined with gleaming churches dedicated to every conceivable deity, sect, or heresy. And there's a corner of Chaplet Street, nestled between a crematorium and a tobacco shop, where the city's least popular temples have been segregated. On this grubby and profane corner, a group of yellow-collared vicars are trying to make themselves heard above the furious yelling of the gaunt priest. The psalmists seem to be getting into an unholy row with the new sequencers. As you approach, psalmists pour from their ramshackle church and charge. Okay, I don't know a whole amount of the background here. All I and all the time has been our approach thus far. They'll just bash heads together until they settle down. Or not. When it comes to a fight, the cultists make up for lack of experience with sheer enthusiasm. You're knocked down by a sequencer who promptly starts kicking you in places you didn't know you had. Fortunately, the constables arrive and break up the fight before long. This again? One of the constables pinches the bridge of her nose. She pulls a slip of paper from her pocket and hands it to the psalmist's head priest. We're shutting your church down effective immediately. You've been nothing but trouble since you've arrived. The priest stares at the paper. He sits heavily on his church's doorstep. The psalmist priest throws himself at your feet. I kneel before you twice scorned, he says. Once by my former congregation, and now again by the prejudiced machinations of this city. Please, take us aboard your train. He pulls a tattered map from his equally tattered robes. Here, the white well in the Blue Kingdom, where the dead go. We will build anew there. We will spread our word even beyond the veil. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be getting to the Blue Kingdom for some time, if ever, let's be real. But on the other hand, side quests. The twice-scorned priest's haggard face lights up for a moment. For this you will escape condemnation. The psalmists of the cursing church are so overjoyed that a few of them attempt to smile. It's a terrible thing to behold. They settle back into their habitual frowns as they gather their meager belongings and file onto your train. Cool, time to forget about you for a very long time. We need a bit of repairs. Oh no, 12 sovereigns, what shall I do? We don't need crew. Anything at the shops. Trace will want literature, Tiny wants seeds. Neither of those really play into what I'm doing at the minute, so I can't be bothered. Not really any new equipment I need from here. Actually, I say that. I've got cramped quarters there. I could be having, because that's +4 on a bridge slot, I could be having one that's +6 on a bridge slot. Why am I not doing that? Only 660. It's very achievable. And the other one goes in the bank, just as and when I die. Slightly annoying that I've only got 3 munitions and lost 1-5, but hey, we do what we can with what we've got. Yep, cool, don't need anything else right now. Steam off into the sunset. Didn't buy any fuel, abort. Steam back out of the sunset. Hi guys. Look, I was a possessed gardener for a year. I've forgotten some things, right? First of all, how do we fuel train? actually remember to hand in my port reports. Eight of them, Jesus. Wow, I've not been doing this regularly enough. I have 26 gratitude. Yeah, let's put the tag teams back on top. Just because people were forgetting about me and balance of power was shifting back to the center. Because again, spent a year as a possessed gardener. There, that's more like it. Trade for savage secrets or otherworldly artifacts, but not tales of goddamn terror. Which is what I want. Why don't we make it an even bigger loop, actually? We can go to the nature reserve, because we've still got stuff to hand in there. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? And then there's a way round there. Yeah, it'll make a change. Because really, what you're looking for when going on uncertain space voyages is just variety, you know, just mix it up a bit. That was the unofficial slogan of the Apollo program. Not a lot of people know that. Don't get distracted smelling tea and forget to steer. But on the upside, the tea smells very good indeed. Marauders, great. Hey Marauders, do you want to mangonel? See if you knew they wanted a mangonel. Munitions! See, we went the right way. Hubris provides. Nailed it. There's wind, but it's not going to move forward. Lovely, Krypton. Lovely. Drops of terror. Port reports. Grab some sapling knots. The new Winchester, well, I'll be there one day. To the researcher. Basic research. Turning in my research. Having this cantankerous stomach. I don't have anything else, so I'll be back one day. One day. Okay, quick trip into the reserve. Got some sky stories, still no tales of terror. Selling cheap souls. Grab some fuel. God, there's increased fuel consumption going on. Cool, that's all. As you were. Now we want to go around this way. And with any luck, Hubris will provide again. And it's done that thing again where just seeing the name Victory Hall has got Harmony Hall by Vampire Weekend very firmly stuck in my head. I'm honestly... No, no, ask for it, ask for it. I was about to be like, I'm honestly confused and slightly concerned by the lack of anything horrible happening. And then something horrible happened, I didn't even have time to say it before I was cursed for my hubris. And I say again, no. Oh, should be turning rather more aggressively and not driving toward the mountain. Once again, I'm frankly confused by the lack of monsters. I feel I should be being chased by at least one Scribe Spencer at this point. Come on, range, you're going soft. You're just like, oh, they've hit level 10, they're a badass now, we're not going to hang with that. Apart from the funk meteorites, but you know, they can be forgiven for being, you know, big and terrifying. Try not to drive to the top of this mountain. Learn what is foreground and background one day. Don't crash into the wall. Nailed it. To the bazaar! Have some crates of munition. Yes, you still need one more. This saddens me. They're selling cheap nectar. I don't know of anywhere that's buying cheap nectar. Oh well, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. There, that's a bit more of a robust level of supplies. Anything at the pub? Investigate the soup cellar. Someone selling soup? The man stirs a large cauldron with a ladle. As you draw closer, the thick aroma of a meat stew drifts over. Ace Jack with the raiding party of 8. Thank you very much. Hello, raiders. You've caught me just as I've been possibly succumbing to hubris and challenging the game to send more monsters my way. We'll see how that goes. Want some? He waggles a full ladle at you. It's free. Fill your flask for later. Despite being on the edge of the prospect of Shanty Town, no one else is taking him up on his offering. Well, this is shady as hell. Sure. Perhaps the man is older than he looks. His hands shake as he moves to serve you. He swears, then apologizes, when he spills a clot of tomato on your shoe. The stew is sharp with spice, rich with fat. Chunks of onion bob lazily, jostling the soft flesh that falls apart in your mouth. Just gotta cook it slow, he says, refusing to disclose his butcher. Game 1 supplies, and a level of, I'm guessing that's unaccountably peckish, which is a running thing in Fallen London games if you know them, which means, kind of the heavy implication there is that that stew had people in it. And every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for us. There's a whole set of subplots with a cannibal church in Sunless Sea. It's a whole thing. Anyway, let's try a port report. Now that we have become slight cannibal. Only small cannibal. Cannibal small. Anything interesting in Lustrum? Prospectors flood out of the Hangman pub, pulling on packs and lighting fresh vapor lamps. Good fortune when the mountain sings, promises a salesman, presenting his wares. Woodworm-riddled pickaxes, damp dynamite, shovels that would struggle to handle even a little light gardening. Worthless, all of it. Even so, he soon has a flock of desperate hopefuls stocking up before heading out to make their fortune. Yeah, whenever you click Explore Lustrum, it's just like, would you like to be depressed about post-industrial sadness and general, despair? And weirdly, I always click yes. Right, where was the next stop on the big loop? Didn't need to go back to Carol, and I think we were just heading all the way down to Prosper. Good map coverage? Well, thank you. What am I here to do if not explore unwisely? Most of that map coverage is due to me going, I bet there's a passage through here, and then finding out that no, there was not. But hey, now the dead end is marked on my map. I believe that's how the entire history of exploration went. Cantankerai, don't pick a fight with me. You are going to be exploded if you do. Same to you. No fights. Or explode. These are my terms, and you will abide by them. I'm glad we have it understand. I should stare around this rock. I say rock, it's like a... I don't know, structure of some kind. Old lighthouse, something. Oh no, 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 there's that noise. My least favourite noise of all noises. I don't need to investigate this. Actually, they might have tales of terror there. No, they do visions of the heavens or sky stories. Please, somebody just give me a tale of terror already. Let's read the ledger. The handwriting is poor, but legible. Captain Lau withdrew fuel, giving no reason. There's a column for miscellaneous notes. The captain details various damages done to their engine. Causes. Hull, agreed Cantankerai. Backplate, bad launch off Port Prosper. Front plate, bad landing on Port Prosper, relatable. Hull again, Jones. A change in personnel gives the captain optimism for the next leg of the journey. Was that change in personnel just throwing Jones out of an airlock? I have no need for more supplies. We are full, and... Oh, no, 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 no. I am not interested in you. One day the game will tell me to fight one of those, and then I will, but not a goddamn moment before. If you want me to tangle with a big, horrible, gross thing, will at least give me a damn side quest for it. Tea. For those wondering, the tea today is a Twinings, peach and orange with baobab. That scout's getting in a fight with a monitor. I have no desire to tangle, given that that's how we died before. All together now, the Mornington Abratat span. And here we are at Port Prosper, where we can buy goose costumes for geese. When you say it both ways, goose costumes for geese, that sounds especially weird. It's just like, what, the geese already look like geese. Oh, and there's a new level 10 thing. God, so much new content now I've leveled up. Anyway, let's write the port report. A messenger greets you at the station. He has the scrubbed pink face and immaculate hair of a natural-born butler. He holds a placard with your name. The messenger explains that he is, as you already guessed, a butler. His master has heard much about your exploits and is quite desperate to meet you. He hands you a card with an address. You recognize it as a neighborhood of particular wealth and prominence. Okay. You can now visit the bleak industrialist estate in Port Rothman. Alright then. That's a thing I can do. Anyway, costume for geese, please. Geese costume. Geese costumes. Thank you. The bleak industrialist estate. The estate takes up half a street. The mansion itself is a grandiose structure with Venetian windows, cupola, columns in the Palladian style. But the garden is tangled with weeds. Muddy water pools glumly at the bottom of disused fountains, so it's a mansion is what you're saying. The industrialist receives you in one of his drawing rooms, sitting with a rum glass beside a fire. He has a sour cast to his mouth and eyes. He has a sour cast to his mouth and eyes that blaze with indiscriminate loathing. Why did he send for us? Before he answers, he knocks back the rum in a single gulp and calls for his butler to fetch another. There is a distant kingdom where the dead can be found. The industrialist's voice is hoarse with disuse. I need an enterprising sort, such as yourself, to visit it for me and retrieve someone. It should be a simple enough affair. In return, I will pay you a small fortune. Who does he want brought back from the dead? Some years ago, I lost someone dear to me, he says. A world without her in it is worthless, miserable. I need her back. I love it when your facets unlock little extra side things. I too have a lost love. Don't you love it when you're giving people a big personal story about what happened to you, and they're like, yes, well, in that case, that reminds me of my own story. And it's like, nobody asked me to. Although I'm as guilty as anyone of doing that. As you tell your story, the industrialist's hateful glare melts. He weeps silently at first, but by the end he is racked by convulsive sobbing. Finally, someone who understands, mutters the industrialist when he's recovered, dabbing his eyes. Thank you. London has an embassy in the Blue Kingdom, a place called Sky Barnet. Oh, that's... strong pun. Strong. I like that. I cultivated a contact among diplomats who I hoped would help me, but he's useless. Maybe you'll get more value from him than I could. There's no further conversation. The industrialist retreats to his quarters, sniffing. Got a moment of inspiration. Yeah. Cool. Again, things that want us to go to the Blue Kingdom. Which we'll do one day. No idea when. Eventually. You're selling literature. Yes, that was something I wanted to pick up. How much more do they want? 3. I don't quite have space. That's fine. I will jettison a crate of supplies. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I can't count. I'll jettison another one of each. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. And now we remember which way we're facing. And Rockford turn out of the station because we're classy like that. Right, where are we heading next? Maudlin. It's Maudlin. I don't know if we actually have to go to Maudlin's, but it's very much on the way. Yeah, we wouldn't gain any time by avoiding it. Big stroke of this game is not getting to either hey, I'm trans 2 option or trans character, I've taken metamorphosis. Yeah, that seems like a big missed opportunity. Why would they not have put that in? That's very much the kind of thing they do. Given that the metamorphosis facet is clearly just, like, they don't say this is about being trans, because it could be about a bunch of things, but we all know that's why people are taking it. And then you have explicitly trans characters in this. You've got Fortunate Navigator, if nothing else, who is a king. But yeah. Yeah, that's a... An abandoned homestead. Anything there? No? Nothing there. Oh, well, we got some crockery, but also scary crockery. Scheduling mistakes? Not sure what you mean there. The front half of your ship is made of big optical devices. How can you not see the wall in front of you? Learn to drive. People in this game learn to drive a goddamn train. Here is a homestead that appears to be quite fungal. I'd say quite fungal. Got the schedule wrong for submitting fixes with Sovereign Edition. Yeah, we have gossip. We need supplies. We trade. Yes, because Sovereign comes out in 6 days? Yes. Yes, it's just... Yeah. Yeah, it's 19. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nah, didn't nail that quite as perfectly as I might have expected, but it's fine, we're here, it's all good. Reduce significant terror. Right, report. Do all the usual good stuff. Go to shop. They are also selling literature. I don't need any more literature. Right? It's just yeah, cool. Fuel and supply. Or just fuel, because I don't have space. All good. And on to the circus, where we will complete their questline too. All completing questlines all day today. Soon enough it will be time to leave this weirdly fungal part of the sky. And we will have large amounts of money with which to do so. And that will make everything significantly smoother, I predict. So many homesteads around. And yes, I know that's because it's an effect of the tactics when the war is all homesteads spring up, and it wouldn't let me dock at that one. Oh well. Not gonna turn around for that. Oh, I turned too early, that's my problem. I've done the thing again. This is what happens when I think, yeah, I can navigate without the charters. I immediately remember why I can't. That I do in fact have an extremely bad sense of direction. As anyone who watched Mass Effect or Paradise Killer will attest, I shouldn't be allowed to navigate spaces. I should barely be allowed to exist in 3D space. Barely manage in 2D space. Tacties with terrible engines and worse driving. I love them dearly, but they really need to invent the catalyst first. arrivals. I could use more crew. They're not interested though. I'll report on circus. Free tickets for circus. Recruit crew from circus? Question mark? No, no crew from circus. Go behind tents at circus. Deliver clowns' costumes for circus. Gain 2 sky stories at circus. Stop saying this. Moment's memory. Okay, this is... We didn't get this last time we did this quest line. Polmir and Plenty's Polmir and Plenty's inconceivable circus is pulling in crowds. Passenger locomotives shuttle guests in, merchant traders, and even the odd high-ranking taxi captain find excuses to dock at Gervais's rest. The ringmaster is off his feet. The rejuvenated circus is heaving with visitors. Looming over it all is the vast obelisk. Its shadow falls over the crowds. Its sigils are burning brighter than you remember. Approach it. The sigils smoulder invitingly. You can touch it if you like. It seems like a terrible idea, let's do it. Here once before. The circus has vanished. The islands on which it stood are empty. Empty aside from a vast tree of fungus stretching up into the heavens. Its hyphae stretch from island to island, weaving them together. A verdant. Ah, and we're hunting a verdant fragment for the English driver, aren't we? Looming above it is a luminous crustacean the size of a palace. A messenger. We've seen the corpse of one of those, so angels are giant crabs, I feel like we knew this. Its carapace is emblazoned with the sign of 2 overlapping suns. Its pincers flex slowly, thoughtfully. Sigils burn in the air between the two, exchanged like volleys in a tennis match. Gradually, the flurry of correspondence diminishes. A compact has been reached. The messenger drives the obelisk into the ground, marker of their concord. The obelisk is marked with the words of the emissaries of meeting and peace. One, close to the point, ignites its searing light. A commingling of radiances. The obelisk remembers the promise. Something has to. Got another searing enigma, finished another quest line, more weird things are happening. Let's attend a performance, because we did so much to make this go well. Yeah. Anything new behind the tents now that we've done all of that? No? No. No, the ringmaster is just too busy to see us. Let's go to the amusements and shed some of this terror. That is all good. Go to shops, go to bazaar, have book. So many books. Gain Savage Secret. Alright. Drink tea. They still don't sell fuel here, which is problematic. But we're not too far from places that do. But let's look at our journal, because we've done quite a bit. So, still need Towers of Terror. Why can't we get Towers of Terror? Need to take the English drive to Albion. Need to go to London. Need tea and nectar for the devil. Should go back to the reserve to pick up my next thing. Doing stuff at Carolyn. Exporting stuff, go to New Winchester, which we would do if we were heading back to the reserve. Get endurance. Go to Port Avon. Oh, not done that yet. I must have just kept forgetting to do that. Go to the Blue Kingdom. Go to the Blue Kingdom. Because you may remember we came back from the Blue Kingdom at the very start of the game, and the relay to it is behind New Winchester, and it is very broken. I don't think we can fix it. I think we have to go there from another area. I could be wildly wrong. It could be making things much harder than they need to be, because that is kind of my brand. but let's head back to New Winchester and consider our next steps. So I can pick up some fuel. I keep getting freaked out by those ships just because I'm not used to seeing them around, and they look like the first one ships from Babylon 5, that's what they're reminding me of. That's a good show. Hello. We need a tiny amount of repairs just from when I slightly pressed Port Prosper. Was it Port Prosper? No, it was Mortland, wasn't it? Could deliver some sapling knots, get some monies. Hire on a couple of crew, spend some monies. All to the good. We can offload some of this miscellaneous cargo I've been carrying. There, now we are set. Not sure what we're set for, but we're certainly set. Do I want to go back to the reserve, or do I want to just move on? Because we could just go to Albion and carry on there like we did before, and then eventually get murdered by the Ministry. Or I'm toying with the idea of making possibly a worse decision than any I've made. Braving the fungal wastes, which I hate so much, and just skipping straight to Eleutheria, because there's a transit relay to Eleutheria about there. And I've never been there. And it should be interesting. I need to go to Port Avon! The Vagabond wants to go to Port Avon! Keep forgetting this, let's do that now. Well, if you're in chat, you can debate the merits of this possibly incredibly poor decision I've made. / am making. I don't know, answers on a postcard, I guess. Alright. Don't remember this. A cryptic stoker wants to hold a memorial service for the crew that have recently died in your service. Judging by his tattoos of a storm studded with mouths and his rattling collection of talismans, the crew in the ceremony is unlikely to be Christian. 50% chance of things going well if we just attend, or we could deliver a eulogy ourselves. We'll do it. We're so good at things. These aren't the things we're good at, but there are things. The crew listen impatiently as you recount the names of the dead. You get the impression you're not the main attraction. They become more animated when the cryptic stoker takes the floor. He speaks of lost voices carried on the winds of a wandering storm, of yesterday's house where those who were extinguished are remembered. Okay, that's... seems like the kind of thing I could have got a tale of terror on. Not that I'm salty. Because what's happening with his thing? Oh, I need tea. I need so much tea. And I haven't advanced hers because she wants my tales of terror. And I have so few. Oh, I'll do it anyway, just to advance this. And then after this, she wants to go to Jones. We can do that. He wants tea and nectar. He wants to go to Port Avon, which we're doing. He wants to go. They want to go to Albion. They want to go to Pajourns. But I think to reliably get tea, we might have to go to Albion. So that might be our choice made for us. I might have to do the sensible thing and go where the story is actually directing me. Ooh. So how many times have we been to Port Haven and I've just forgotten to actually trigger this quest step? I'm gonna go with probably a lot. We can play in the cricket. Wow, that is a rare chance. Nobody seems to remember how long this game's been going on, just that the score is now almost a formality. You play your part and points are scored. Yeah, by the time you leave it's no closer to an end. Nobody seems to mind. It is, after all, cricket. Yeah, that's pretty accurate to what cricket's like. Thirsty bombazine, don't see those around often. But this is me actually remembering to do the thing. Is it the pub? It's not a pub. Is it the village green? Yes, so you cut the cord to the skylarks, do the thing. Now, do we want to listen to stories or trade rumours? Because I feel like one of these is going to actually give us Tales of Terror, and it'll be the one we don't do. Which did we do before, does anyone remember? Because I don't. Let's trade... Yeah, let's trade rumours. A group of flint-eyed skylarks blowing smoke rings, and sharing what they've learned while they've roamed the high wilderness. They discuss where to find work in New Winchester, price of beer in Lustrum, the balance of the Winchester War, and wilder rumours too, of course. A wild-eyed skylark claims that the devils of Carolyn are replacing people with doppelgangers. One woman, shivering, insists that she saw a 100-eyed monster the size of a continent swimming in the dark. Lastly, a solemn young woman announces that a skylark named Quivers has gone missing. It's been months since he was seen at camp or any stations. Probably dead. There are 1,000 ways for a skylark to die before their time. Nope, not Tales of Terror, Sound Secret. Okay. Oh, we do both. Okay. 3 Sky Stories. Okay. Yes, we did do these before. The vagabond's respect for me has grown. Cool. Speak of wonders in sky. Go to Lustrum. Well, okay, if we're heading to Albion, that's easy enough to get to. I guess that's where we're going. Back to Lustrum and into a wall, and thence to Albion. Probably. And maybe someone, somewhere, will give me a tale of goddamn terror. Or, I think I still need 3 at this point. Ugh. Why is it so hard to get scary stories around here when we've done all these terrible things? I was possessed for a year and I worked as a gardener. Tale of Terror? No. Pursued by fungal meteoroids. Tale of Terror? No. What does a woman have to do to get terrified around her? In retrospect, that was perhaps a dangerous question. Okay, just check some stuff to be Winchester. Oh, I thought we'd crashed. Lost the hull. Apparently not. Okay, nothing new. anything I'm actually interested in. To Lustrum, and actually to some reports of Victory Hall. And the stone walls of Victory Hall. Reference to keep making. Vampire Weekend, why are you taking up so much real estate in my brain? Have 4 reports. 6 of them apparently. Wow, I'm just racking these things up. And on to Lustrum. We have a plan. Oh god, we have a plan. That never ends well. Heart stopped for a minute there because I was convinced that was about to turn out to be full of guests. But luckily not. Steam into this fog bank. Nothing will go wrong. I mean, this fog bank's always here. This is just what the sky looks like around here. Tankerai. Tankerai fighting some tactics. How do you do? Color Revolutionary. Turn this way. Follow the coast around. Saying directions out loud because that makes me slightly less likely to instantly forget them. Not impossible though, I'm very devoted to. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow, didn't expect to dodge that. Or that, to be honest. Ah, whatever, you're behind a wall, I can't be bothered. Away! Background Shepperton! Hope the game audio's loud enough for you all you can actually hear the Sheppertons and that I'm not just complaining of nothing every time, although frankly it would fit the nature of the thing. Driving to correspondence ruins and become tormented by sounds that only you can hear. Lustrum. Yes, this is where we find out that the amiable vagabond has a mansion. Is he Batman? Who can say? Yeah, we've already had all of this conversation. Yes, Quivers has discovered the Sugarspun Garden. To talk to him again, ask about the plan. Go to London. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to go. Join the celebration of Lucent Terror. All good things. Right report. Explore Lustrum? Depressing? Question mark? Oh yeah, we're getting mugged. Yeah, cool. Have 5 sovereigns. You really need it more than me. Still don't have that last sack of munitions, which is annoying, and also, why do they apparently come in sacks, brain? Okay, and we have permits, so we can travel first class if we want to. I mean, I don't know if there's any particularly overriding reason to, but if you get the chance, why not? Southwards to Prosper, and thence to Albion we go. Why is there a very faint aggro indicator flashing just to the right of me? What is it pointing at? Why? And can it stop? It does not appear to be stopping or moving confusingly, so not sure what's gone on there. I will ignore it, I guess. Tap east a bit to avoid this rock. She says, nearly driving into a different rock. First class takes less time. Ah, yes, I had not really been paying attention to the time difference when traveling. Because I do it so little. Ah, the fungus noises are back. Why must the fungus be everywhere I try to go? Reading the ledger still won't give me bloody tales of terror. The handwriting is poor, but legible. Captain Abernathy deposited materials for hull repair. There's a column for miscellaneous notes. The captain writes of a vast object that drew a burning arc across their path. It seared a line into their vision and the navigator's heart. She insisted on trying to follow it for days. Go. As you were. Ah, no! And Marauder and Cantankerite. All of you fight amongst yourselves. I'm going to go anywhere that isn't this. And why is the Cantankerite attacking me? It's not good. I am leaving, please cease to make the noise. It upsets me and you know it. And everyone say it with me. The Mornington Aberstadt Span. I have no idea why I find that particular name so incredibly pleasing, but I do. Anything new to see? Report. Take tea, I guess. Eavesdrop. Alright. Nothing exciting. Restock all those and through to the relay. Come on, power through track field. Transit to Albion. Where maybe we will get tales of terror, who can say? Hello, Customs. I am fine, believe me. First class. Like, even if there's no particular advantage to it, I want to do it just once for the text. First class is reserved for those on Imperial business. You'll need appropriate paperwork. Well, I have that. At the sight of your papers, the superintendent jumps to activate the relay. Its hour looms rumble, spinning the pocket of new time in which your locomotive will make its journey. Wrapped in your engine's new coat of hours, it will be hard to say how long the journey takes. But the hours used by Imperial officials are languid and seasoned. The passage should at least be tolerable. Apologies. The machinery grinds and stirs, the steam vents, the sigils of the edifice burn with sullen fire. Force like a great hand seizes your engine. Ah, there you go, also you lose some terror. So, that's good to know. Stargate away! I still think that's a really cool thing. In order to interact with certain discoveries, your locomotive will need appropriate equipment like, oh, I don't know, assaying facilities occasionally. And here we are, in Albion again. Where do we want to go? We have a quest to go to London. There's still plenty of exploration to do. Oh, and I need to go to Brabazon at least once with the driver. And we're right next to it, so Brabazon it is. Military ship randomly going to murder me. I'm never going to be over that. Oh, I missed the platform. The platform is... Nope, no, little nice at the top end, not the bottom end. The platform's right here. Is it meant to be little nice, little niece? See an argument for both. Ah, we can play conductor. People are being released. Help with paperwork, given that this is literally my real life job. According to section 4B, brackets 2, the overseer is most displeased when you turn up with one of her workers' forms incorrectly filled out and stamped. They're forced to release the prisoner on schedule. Your only reward is a smile from the prisoner and a scowl from the overseer. It's enough. Is Verdant Fragment here? No, but that's fine, you need to fail a bunch of times so that you can succeed eventually. Isn't that just, you know, the world? Do we want to do the Brabazon tour to kind of start the behind the scenes quest line here? Sure, why not? I'm just going to skip through all of this because I've already read it. Rug weaving workshop. Glass works. Our refinery. Why is stuff not automatically scrolling down? Clean room watch. Rock breaking. All the bad capitalism, which is really the only kind. Shout. And finish talk. And shout more. Yeah, and we can keep doing more tours to do the same, but whatever. I've triggered it now, it'll be in our journal. I can't be bothered with Brabazon right now. I'll just be here being angry at the concept of capitalism. I mean, I usually am, but Oh. Let's head down to London. Some people want to go to London. And when we get to London, we might actually finish for the day. We'll tick off some quest steps. I will start figuring out what we'll do next. By which I mean have vague ideas and then have forgotten them by the next time I stream. Oh, they're a mock and tank rifle. Always mock and tank rifle. Cool. They don't seem bothered by me. Alright, I guess. What's this? Can I interact? Or do I need a saying? A saying, even. Learn how to pronounce words. Thought that was an overhang. No, that's just very much a building. I think that shows that maybe I should stop for the day, because I've forgotten how buildings work. Oh, for a minute I thought it was going to run into me, and then it would count that as aggro, and then murder me again, and then all this work would be wasted. But luckily that did not happen. A truly seamless docking procedure. Let's do all the things. The Ministry want port reports. Know that. What do the Office of Works want? 3 barrels of hours and a permit. That's very doable. The Horological Office. Speak to Chief Horologist. Inquire about employment. Do the thing. Everywhere is the same time. That'll be unofficially. Yay, we pass. We now work for the Horological Office. They've given us an assignment? No? Ah, yes, they did. Perhaps. Okay. Wait, do they have shops there? I can never remember. Oh, I think it just accesses the same shops as the main London, because it's just an extra platform in London. Hello, Ministry ships. It was around here that you murdered my last captain for no good reason. Please don't repeat. Into the city proper. Do a jailbreak. Could do a complex ambitious heist, or I could just use one of my benefactors. And talk to them again, talk to Rabbit over dinner. Atlas. Okay, now we're back up to where we were with that. Good. Ah, Mr. Menagerie is here. Hello, Mr. Menagerie. I have both of those. I don't have a KV yet. It'll cost me a searing enigma. I mean, I'll do it. A large guinea pig wearing a plumed helmet is dozing in a hutch, sleeping next to an intricate mechanical bat. Mr. Menagerie extends a long finger to prod the dozing guinea pig. Oh, says the KV, rubbing sleep from its eyes with the front paw. I do beg your pardon. It sits upright to address you. Sir Lionel, at your service. You might understand you are in need of a valiant scout. If so, I am the very pig. Just point me in a direction and I will sally forth on my trusty bat. Mr. Menagerie seems somewhat relieved to pass Sir Lionel on. He begins to gather up its things. And it leaves. Explore London. Find Hesperidian cider shop. Call for service. Oh, hello, it's Mr. Apples. Yes, do recruit. And assign. Full complement. What? I'm sorry, this just suddenly sprung out of nowhere. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings. What do you mean? We went shopping. The long-faced man in a battered coat approaches your locomotive and asks for a moment of your time. I'm looking because you have bells of 40 or more. Okay. He fiddles with the bent brim of his hat as you approach. His face is solemn as a battered hound. His voice is nasal, his eyes grey. I will not wish you a good day. You are a person of intelligence, and the day is manifestly miserable. I myself am newly afflicted by the gout, which has made my morning a parade of wretchedness. No doubt you have your own misfortunes, into which I will not pry. Instead, let us move to the happier subject, business. You have come to my attention for the very reasons you avoid others, your subtlety and your cunning. Yeah, subtle, that's what I've been the whole way through. This is just subtle, straight down the line. My employer may have work for you, profitable work, but perilous, profoundly illegal. Should you be interested, seek me at the Admiral Benbow Inn here in London. With that, he takes his leave, tutting at the thickness of the fog, where he dons his hooded hat, and vanishes into the crowd. Smuggling. Is Verdant Fragment here? No. Wander the streets, because we can. It does nothing. Cool. Let's attend this meeting. The gloomy middleman. He conducts business in a smoky corner of the Admiral Benbow Inn, down in the smoggy lower levels of the city. The middleman is nursing the same glass of beer he began the evening with. Yeah. To claim it as a good evening would be duplicitous, but it is at least an evening. Here you are in it. He waits until he said, my employer can open a profitable door for you. There are goods that Her Majesty's government do not want to see bought or sold. Prohibition begets scarcity. Scarcity begets profit. One example of this contraband is red honey gathered by the Midnight Rose in Titania. Unfortunately, supplies have dried up. Prove your value. Find out why and fix the problem. Okay. As we've mentioned before, Prisoner's Honey is a whole thing in former London, which takes you physically into dreams. Red Honey is super illegal, because it takes you into other people's brains and memories. So that's fun. Oh yeah, this is just where you can sell stuff. Yes, the Steam and Sapphire Yards have their own thing. We don't need any repairs. Quarry's Tobacco Shop, is there anything to do here? No, not for now at least. But we can investigate the Underground Railway, investigate ourselves, different things. The New Street Line, chat with the bookkeeper. Oh hey, they also want books. Give Savage Secrets unlicensed charts. They also have invitations to the Jones. The main reason I was giving stuff to the Ministry last time was because they could give me permits, and I have those now. Let's check the shops. Oh no, the Royal Society wants 3 barrels of ours. Well, we've already got one. That seems easy enough. Clockwork Sun wants literature, which might be harder to come by. Oh, I need to put my KV in the bank. My favourite wrestling pay-per-view. Restock those. And yes, here we can buy better stuff. You've got your tier 3 stuff. I could buy a better shotgun now, you need 50 iron. Boom. I could buy a better engine, it'd be super expensive and probably not worth it. Most of these things need my stats to be higher, which is fair, because they are not huge. But more importantly, 5,325 is almost enough for the Agravane, which I want with a fiery passion. So we are saving up for that because it is within our reach. And I'm going to trigger a save because that actually is where we are stopping. So, next time we will go back to exploring Albion, doing quest stuff there, but now, do wrap up. Thanks so much, everyone who's been watching. Thanks for staying to the end. Thanks for the raiders we've had today. All very exciting. Love having you all here. If you've been watching this, you know where to find me, but just in case, this is twitch.tv/Serasent, that's SERASENT. You'll see it on the title cards in a minute. I am streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 PM British time. That's 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific, other time zones are available. And I will be continuing Sunless Skies until something happens to make me stop doing that. I might do a few one-offs of different things in between, but it'll be mostly this interspersed with occasional other things. There's no great plan, you know how this works. Yes, if you missed the stream, you can catch the VODs on my Twitch for 2 months after the fact, or check out my YouTube, also Serasent, and I've got VODs going back to the start of the channel there, so if you've ever wanted to watch somebody play all 3 Mass Effect games and shout about war crimes a lot, check it out. You can subscribe to the YouTube to see when new content's posted up, because it's not on anything approaching an actual schedule. You can follow the Twitch to get notified when I'm live, or if you think my rambling and driving the train into walls is somehow worth your money, you can of course cheer or sub on the Twitch, but very much not necessary. It's all just turn up and hang, chill vibes, it's all good. If you want to see me elsewhere on the internet, you can find me, best place to see me on social media, check my Twitter at Waruce, that's WARUCE, for updates on the stream, updates on whatever I've found on the internet, shouting about Eurovision, all that kind of stuff, just general unfiltered me. And if you want to see me on other streams, an announcement that will play into that, there will not be a regular stream on Saturday. This Saturday, May the 15th, I won't be doing my stream because doing 3 streams in a day seems foolish even to me, and I will die. So, I'll be back on Tuesday. It's a shame, but it's what it is. But the reason I won't be here on Saturday is because, again, this Saturday, 15th of May, 7 PM British time, that is 2 PM Eastern, 11 AM Pacific, remember this time, I will be over on twitch.tv/IdleMichael, competing in the Cavern of Ludological Delights, as I alluded to earlier in the stream. It's a Twitch game show. It's the last one was fun, and now it'll have me on it, hoping to win at some games, do some puzzles, and win terrible prizes. That's how it works. You can also
there were two things to announce. Yes, you can also see me in my regular Saturday night stream over on twitch.tv/thebards playhouse. That's TheBardsPlayhouse, where I am playing in a Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Fall of London Chronicle. It's a lot of fun. I wear leather and start fights, but in a good way. That is at 6:30 PM Eastern. That's 11:30 British time, which is why I don't want to be streaming earlier in the day. And also, this coming Tuesday, that is the 18th of May. You'd think I'd have double-checked these dates. I will be part of a live panel reacting to, commenting on, and reviewing, and generally being nerds about the first Eurovision semi-final. I don't know exactly when that will be, but that's over at twitch.tv/QuizzyDan, QUIZZYDAN. Yes, that will be whenever the Eurovision semi-final is. It's usually like 8 local time, so 7 or 8 British. You'd think I'd have checked the schedules. I have not, but when I have more details, I'll put it on my Twitter, which you should check out. Okay, I think that's everything, so I'm going to stop talking now. This has been a lot of fun. It's nice to actually feel like I'm making progress and getting quests completed. Is good. And now, I will stop, and I will see you all on Tuesday. And also earlier than that, if you come check out other streams, which you should. Again, check my Twitter for more details. That's at Wairuce, WAIUCE. Okay, plugs are over now, so I will leave. Love you all, and goodbye.